Hello, Mariposa Tarot here with your pick a card reading. What we're doing for this is I want to know who is secretly obsessed with you. You may know who that is, but what are they wishing that they could say to you if you're in separation? What are they thinking? Do they miss you? That kind of stuff, because everybody's situation is a little different. So, but I want to see what you need to know about this person. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you're seeing this, it's meant for you to see it. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like a more personal reading, the link is in the description. But today I'm asking you to pick a card and a crystal, and I'm going to go over what each deck is and the crystal on top of it. And then you can pause the video and then reflect and just see which pile is talking to you and select that. It could be as you're watching it, it doesn't fit. You can check out the other cards. Maybe there's a second one that was kind of like catching your eye. So you might want to, check that one out as well. But if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. And this video is not meant for you. That's fine. But whenever you're seeing this, I believe it is the right time. So it might catapult you into thinking about your situation. Who knows? But yes, I offer pick a card readings weekly, and I also do horoscope readings. So you'll see some videos and shorts in the future. And if you like this, if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I am in the process of growing it. So this is only my second week picking up again on this channel. So you may recognize me from TikTok. I'm spending more time on YouTube, but I also will post these videos on there too. So you might see me there. But anyway, let's get started. Like I said, really think about which deck is talking to you after I go over each one, and then make your decision. Okay, for pile 1, we've got the Everyday Witch with a malachite tumble stone. So all of these stones actually represent some type of energy, like healing energy. Malachite is known for compassion and emotional healing. So if this stone is speaking to you, then maybe it's it. But that's the Everyday Witch deck here for pile 1. For pile 2, you've got the Prism Tarot. It has very unique cards, different titles for the cards. It's pretty neat. This is an amethyst cluster, and again, also known for healing from a loving kind of way. So hopefully this might resonate for you. I don't know. That's pile 2. For pile 3, this is the Modern Love Tarot. What is that? The Modern Love Tarot, Exploring the Many Facets of Love by Ethany. I love this deck. It's amazing. And this is Labradorite Heart Stone. Again, also known for healing. Spiritually, I believe. Don't take my word for it, but isn't it cool how it shimmers and the light refracts, and it's just a neat stone. It's one of my favorites. But that is pile number 3. For pile number 4, the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann with a Desert Rose Selenite Stone. This is known for cleansing energies. So oftentimes I will cleanse my area, my decks, with a desert rose. But it's pretty neat how it's carved. I don't know if they come out like this. It feels like they do, but I think they may be, I don't know, formed this way. But isn't that beautiful? So that is pile number 4. All right, go ahead and pause right here, and then go to the timestamp that's in the description for that pile. Hi, pile 1. Let's figure out what is going on with your person, who is secretly obsessed with you, what do they wish they could tell you, like You probably have some ideas, but maybe you don't. These are oracle cards that I've already picked for this reading, and I'm going to interpret these and then go into tarot so that I can get a full picture of what's going on. So picking up on the energies. So from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck are these 2 diamond cards. There's one for you and one for your person. For you, you are number 9, the Hunter. For your person, they are the Sword, 62. Yeah, sorry, Roman numerals, 62. So if either of those numbers matter, June 2nd or February 6th, or the number 9, doesn't have to. From the Heart's Hidden Secret, that's misspelled on the front of this card, which is funny, is realizations, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. From the Meditation Moonology deck, I've got New Moon in Aries. Hold on. All right, I was just running out of space. New Moon in Aries, go for it. So one of you might be in Aries. Doesn't have to be, it's just the energy that we have here. Okay. And then from the Wisdom of the Oracle, I have number 1, Yang. So we've got some masculine energy here. So what I'm getting is, let's take action. You got the Hunter here. You got a battle tool here. Understandings, awakenings that are motivating. So it is very possible that this person already, the theme I'm getting is that you're going to find out soon. Like things are going to happen pretty quickly after seeing this. Momentum is there. There's passion here. There's, motivation, inspiration. So when the Yang energy is all about action, planning, strategy. So it's interesting. So I'm going to check out the meanings of these cards and we'll get into it. All of these cards are calling for action. Now, you are the hunters, so there might be guidance from spirit and from your spirit guides to just approach this person and go for it. You're the both of these cards with the Sword and the Hunter are both very decisive cards. Your person, when they swing that sword, they cut on the first try. Otherwise, if they keep trying to, it's like beheadings on like medieval shows, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, there are beheadings that can be very painful and stuff. That's gory, but you know what I mean? It is a swift move, precise and ready to go. So they're probably the kind of person who is going to take action when it's a sure bet. Like they have to feel really confident. So this card calls in somebody who is confident, who takes action, is not afraid to do that. And the weird thing is with these cards here, they're both the first card in the deck. So it's like very Aryan energy, which Aries are known for being very action-oriented, hardworking, leaders of the pack kind of thing. Go for it. It's encouraging someone in this connection to just do it. Just go for it. If you've been chasing somebody, let's go. The new moon in Aries is always at the same time that the sun and the moon are both aligned in the zodiac in Aries. So Aries season is coming up in April, or like end of March, April. So you might be seeing some movement around that time. It could be on the 9th day of March or the 9th day of April, probably more like April. And then, you've got 6 plus 2 equals 8. So 8 is about infinity. So it could be a past life connection that's coming back around. Who knows? But the Yang card is very much about, one, not just taking swift action, like really approaching someone, but it's also like from a creative angle. So like being, standing out, being a little different, not just being predictable. So it has a very unpredictable energy to it. So if this person approaches you, they may not do it in a fashion that you would see coming. Like you would be like, wait, what? So really exciting stuff. It just seems like there's going to be movement in this. There's going to be a change. And I feel like there's a mutual interest. You might hope that this person is secretly obsessed with you because you might be secretly obsessed with them. It's just timing and feeling confident about how to approach the other person. So you have some clues here in terms of, I'm also hearing Sagittarius. That is also coming up here with the hunter, goddess Artemis. She's ruled by the moon, so there might be also Piscean energy here. But you've got light and dark, day and night. It's cutting between day and night, so it's like mirroring. It's interesting. You've got this like crack between both sides, and it's interesting here too. The outer edges are black on the hunter card, and on the left side of the sword it's light, and it's going into the hunter. Like it's like that light is spreading in front of the hunter. I think that's really interesting. That I placed it, or just that's how they're set up. So they're shining their light on you, essentially. That's how I'm seeing it. So really interesting stuff. Like realizations are turning into action. So they're coming from the yin cycle into the yang cycle. So that's really neat. A lot of masculine energy on both sides for this. So you guys might both be very action oriented, logic oriented, planning, might be a good planner. Those might signal some signs that this reading is for you. All right, let's dig into tarot. All right, so I am going to look at this person's thoughts, feelings, the energy, the intention that they have, and then situation, action, and outcome, and clarify wherever I need to with guidance from Spirit. So let's go. All right, Spirit, can you show me a card for my sword person for their thoughts, please? Thanks. That is the Two of Wands in reverse. Card for their feelings, please, for the swords feelings. The Page of Swords. Card for their intentions. The swords intentions. Temperance. There's more Sagittarius energy there, so that's confirmation. Card for action, please. All right, I got a couple cards. I've got the Sun in reverse with the World in reverse. So you got a lot of fire energy. So you got Leo energy and also Capricorn and Aquarius. Card for, I said action. I meant to say situation. So this is the situation. Okay. Now we're looking at the action card. Sorry about that. Thanks. The Empress. So we've got the yin in here as well. So you got both divine, feminine, and masculine energies here. So that's very divinely guided. This connection is very divinely guided. So that's pretty cool. And outcome. Card for the outcome. Thanks. Page of Wands in reverse. All right, bottom of the deck, you've got the Two of Cups in reverse. Middle of the deck, the King of Cups in reverse. And at the top of the deck, the Magician. Okay. There's definitely resistance here, restriction, holding themselves back. Like, again, that whole like, I need a guarantee kind of energy. You got the Two of Wands with the Two of Cups in reverse, 2-2, okay, for their thoughts. It's like, I don't want to approach this unless I get like a sign that, you know, the light is green, because their fear is that they'll get rejected. So that could be why they haven't said anything. In terms of their feelings, also, they're trying to calm themselves down. They're trying to remain calm. Their emotions are all over the place. It's just like emotionally like chaotic. And so they're trying to be more controlled, and they might act like that around you. They might be, you know, kind of not nervous, but just like kind of cautious. A little like avoidant. It's because they don't really know how you're feeling, what you're thinking. So it's very much in the shadows kind of energy, but you know, Spirit is definitely guiding this towards doing something. And so what is their intention? Well, they want to, again, it is more like, I don't want to fail. I want to do this with confidence, and I'm gonna wait. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait for the sign. It's like they're waiting for some sign so that they can be ready to go, prepared, depending on how you handle things. Okay. It's coming off like they're avoidant. They're procrastinating because, again, fear of failure. It's really intense. The situation here is calling for, what are you, like, basically Spirit's kind of annoyed. Like, what are you waiting for? You are delaying your happiness, your joy. Like, you are, like, you've got the Sun is very significant in this reading. Like, shed light, my man. What are we doing? You know, my dude, like, my person, like, what is happening here? And so why delay success? This is, I feel like you have strong feelings for this person as well. You would not turn them away, but they've been butthurt. In terms of action, the Empress is usually about reflection and intuition and not really action. And so with this card in reverse, Spirit is like, enough with the realizations, do something, because you're going to lose out. You're going to miss this, okay? You're not going to feel desire. You're not going to feel wanted. You're not going to feel passion and love if you keep just waiting. And then potentially the outcome here is there might be, it might be really exciting and fun initially, but that might seem like it's not serious, that it's casual. So there is a need to be careful, but like this person needs to be aware of how they are communicating their feelings to you. I think that's like sort of the issue here. There's a reason behind why they hesitate. Again, it's that fear of failure. So I just want to clarify where I need to. Let me see what's influencing this here. Can you please clarify those Two of Wands and Two of Cups cards for their thoughts? The Five of Swords in reverse, the Emperor again in reverse, and then the Queen of Cups. You get the King and the Queen of Cups. This is very divinely guided. I just got to say. And before I interpret those cards, just some signs in here. Again, Aries is making an appearance. You've got Cancer, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, Libra, and Taurus. But yeah, lots of fire energy in this. And here's the Divine Masculine making an appearance again. These cards, okay, like they see you as this Queen of Cups, very loving, compassionate, kind, just a good match, like just a good vibe, okay? But they battle themselves. They are getting in their own way, literally, like finding any way to avoid approaching this. Why are they so scared? Now, it could be that there was a Queen of Cups that might have broken their heart in the past, or it could be that every time they have made an approach to somebody, it kind of blows up in their face and it just goes wrong. They don't plan it right, and that could be the cause of the procrastination. They just want to do this at the right time in the right way, like all of those things. Like they are finding any reason to delay approaching you. But the Emperor in reverse is somebody who's afraid to take action. They don't feel like they have control of the situation. They feel insecure. And so it's very possible that in the past they've gone through that. Their feelings, if they could express it, if there were no barriers, what would they say? Spirit, can you show me? For the King of Cups and the Page of Swords here, for their feelings. The Five of Cups, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Four of Pentacles. So you've got more Taurus energy here. Well, they don't want to regret anything. They don't want to make mistakes. That is clear. But it's the thing is that they're shutting their emotions down, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. And I think that's what they want you to know, is it's like it's an issue they have within themselves. And again, it comes from, again, fear of failure. Fear of failure. That is their issue. They're so afraid. And it's like, and so what if you fail? It wasn't meant to be. Like, but they're just plagued with that. They also want to feel stable and like in a practical way. They want to be an ideal partner for you. They've got their stuff together. And so they want to go about this in the best way. And that's why they're holding back their emotions. You see this guy, he's sitting on his treasure chest full of money. And he's like, you can't come in here. This is mine. It's my values, my valuables, my money, my life, my heart, everything that is worthy and everything that is valuable to me, I'm protecting it. Meanwhile, the cat's like, get me out of here. It's, and he's got a straight face. Like, what do you want? What are you doing? So very protective energy, protecting their heart. Again, nothing to do with you, nothing to do with how they feel about you. It's really their own baggage. There is definitely hurt from the past. So they may have been hurt by a Taurus or a Scorpio. And so that's kind of like plaguing this. So what are their intentions? Like when we're talking about temperance, we're talking about patience, things in moderation, impulse control. But if they're trying to manifest this into existence, what is the timing? Let's see if I can figure out when is this going to happen? Like what needs to happen for it to be a when? The Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Swords in reverse, and the King of Swords. So you got Aquarius energy here again. I think they want to go about this where they have the courage to tell you what happened to them in detail from the past hurt, why they've been single for so long. They want to be really straight, direct, upfront about it. You got the sword, very precise, controlled. They they want to be very clear about, why they've kind of hesitated in saying something. Again, it's like if they don't know it's a sure bet, they're just going to wait it out. But they want you to know that they've been hurt, and that's what's causing this hesitation. So in terms of the situation, I think it's pretty clear from these two cards what what's happening here. But Spirit's action guidance, can we clarify the Empress and reverse, please? The Ace of Cups in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and Justice in reverse. So you've got Libra energy here again. Okay, so it's like, all right. In order for this to be successful, it does take a lot of self-compassion, self-grace, room for error, like permission to do that. But life, they need to come off like balanced about this. They need to be, like, don't be chaotic, okay? Like, be, precision, okay, but like just be more direct and clear. When it comes to law, it can be so convoluted. The language in a legal contract is like, I have no idea what's being said here. It's like trying to understand the stock market. It's like legal lingo. I don't whatever. It's so bizarre. I just, let's be clear. Okay. Because again, if what this person is running the risk of is shutting the door on this because of fear of losing, fear of, losing you, losing this. And so, get out of the cold, right? So Spirit is like that fear of losing, that fear of failure, that chaotic energy has to be healed in order for this to take off right. And so, if you're going about this without doing those things, then it could come off as too casual and too insincere and non-committal and just looking for fun. Okay. So if you go about this, if this person goes about it where they understand that they need to be very clear and committed to what they want you to know, but they have to take action with grace for themselves. Like, they're not going to be perfect at it. We're not looking for perfect. We're just looking at that person to be self-aware about their intentions, being clear about that, but giving themselves grace to do that, and then examine their reasons for fear of failure and projecting that into whatever they're not doing for this. But if they're able to successfully do that, what is the potential outcome, Spirit? The Knight of Cups in reverse, Strength, and the Moon in reverse. So again, you got Leo, you got Pisces, heavy in this here. Okay, so yes, Spirit is saying the chances are that things are going to come to light because this person is going to do their best to avoid coming off as an F-boy, like, just casual and messy. So if they go about this, they're going to show that they want this for the long haul, that they are committed to it. They see this as a strong connection. I was mentioning 8. There it is. Infinity. You are the only one that tames their heart, that they see you as this Empress, this, loving, ideal partner. And you guys just make sense. And it's a strong connection. So it's very possible you guys have been friends, and this has a chance to, like, the Moon in reverse, it's like shedding light on whatever's in the dark. So being completely upfront. So this person is going to say, what happened to them in the past, why they're insecure about it, why they needed time to work on it. They might go to therapy to just try to heal their heart from all of this and not be discouraged from, going after their happiness. There's a lot of love here. Yeah, like very give and take energy. It's mutual, surrendering to this, confronting that anxiety, and giving yourself that chance, really sharing all the things that they've been hiding from you, like just making it as real as possible and going after it. So if they're able to do these things, that would be the outcome. Now that you have this information, you might be able to say to them, I know you've gone through things in the past, and I know it causes you to not seek things out, but that's not happening here. So I want you to work on that, and I'm here. I ain't gonna wait forever, but I'm here, and it has potential. It has potential forever, for a long-term relationship. Soulmates, like divinely guided. This relationship is divinely guided. Okay, this is what they want for you and this person. But the only way to get rewarded is by taking action and being okay with making mistakes and maybe like saying things the wrong way and giving you opportunity to clear the air. So they're going to have to work on their delivery for sure. But I do see this being a when, not an if. I think it is going to be a when. But yeah, this is genuine. This is real. So they are secretly obsessed with you, but secret's out. It's going to be coming out. There's going to be action taken on this. It's going to be in its own time. And I feel like it's going to be during Aries season. So that is late March, early April. So like after March 20 something up until April like 19th or something like that, whatever. So around that time frame. So something around that time frame should happen. And it might be April 9th might be a significant time. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I hope this helped. So if you would like to dig in more and make this a little bit more personal, you can click the link in my description for this video and request a reading. I would love to do that for you. I think I have pretty affordable pricing, so absolutely, that would be great. So I hope this helped. And I ask that Spirit washes love, warmth, peace, and happiness over you and that you feel it every day. Many blessings to you. Pile 1, take care of yourself. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Here is your reading. I'm going to start with some already chosen oracle cards just to kind of get an idea of what is happening with your person who is secretly obsessed with you. So we'll get started with that and then get into tarot. So I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Archetypes card. I have one for you, one for them, and it gives me an idea of your individual energies. And then I have a few other cards to assess this situation, okay? So you are the Shaman number 16. They are the Venom number 63, I think. Yeah. From the Heart's Hidden Secret, I've got Boundaries. No, Drawing the Line, Enough. From the Manifestation Moonology deck, I've got First Quarter Moon in Virgo, Assess the Situation. Just literally just said that. I realized as I was saying it. From the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, I got number 5, Orphaned. Okay. So there might be Virgo energy in this, if 16 is significant to you, or 63. We got some 6s and 9s here. January 6th might be significant. June 3rd. Doesn't have to be, but just some idea. If you put those numbers together, that's number 7 singling down. So somebody might have a life path number 7 or a life path number 5. Doesn't have to be, but just an idea. Okay, pile number 2. This is a past relationship situation that we thought was over. It was done. But since that has happened, it has not been over for that person. I think there was a lot of misunderstanding here, a lot of intuitive reactions based off of like what you think is happening, but not from what you know is happening. So somebody felt rejected or abandoned, pushed out, based off of this situation and past hurt that this person may have created, caused, whatever, but it didn't end well. Let's just put it that way. You might be a very intuitive, mystical person. You might read tarot yourself, and you might trust your intuition quite a bit. You sense when something's right, when something isn't, and you make a lot of decisions based off of that. So there comes that like the shaman energy from you. And I think in this situation, you feel like you knew what was happening and you put a kibosh to the situation, ended it when it needed to be ended. And there could have been a block here of some way. With your person, the venom, they could have done some damage. They could have made mistakes that, and I'm not talking toxic stuff, like, serious stuff. I'm just saying that they were emotionally immature and may have said things that were unfair, made assumptions themselves, just didn't behave respectfully in some ways. Like you may have placed boundaries and this person just didn't know how to maintain them. They just, it sounds really toxic. It just didn't end well. Okay. And so now I think there might be a desire or an opportunity to assess the situation, to review it, to recognize some things. I think this person may be misunderstood quite a bit. They might do things to push people away because they're afraid of abandonment. They definitely somebody has abandonment issues here, and it could be the venom. I have a feeling it is. They may have leaned into you because you have healing properties. You're like a healing, stone here, like our stones that I selected. You have this, pure energy that they craved, but they destroy things sometimes. And it's because they might push somebody away out of fear of abandonment, out of fear of rejection. They might suffer from rejection sensitive dysphoria. This person might have ADHD. Don't have to be. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody, but there could just be a lot of insecurity here about that. So that shut out feeling, and you may have blocked communication with this person because you were just tired of it. But there is a need to have a discussion, and I think someone here has to heal their throat chakra. The first quarter moon in Virgo, it recognizes it's related to your throat chakra. So this is also a card that is during, I think, the Gemini season. Let me just make sure because I could be making that up. Good Lord. Sorry. It's when the sun is in Gemini and the moon is in Virgo. So when the sun is in Gemini, that is late May, early June. So maybe sometime around Memorial Day for those of you in the US, or the beginning of June. I did say June 3, so that might be really important in this reading. That could be somebody's birthday, or something could happen around Gemini season. So keep that in mind. Take it or leave it. Not necessary, but one of those things that has popped up. So I think I have an idea of what's going on. There is a sense of heaviness to this connection, a sense of misunderstanding and hurt that has not been healed, and maybe a need to clear the air, and see what we can get from tarot. All right, so I'm going to look at your person's thoughts, feelings, their intentions, the situation, action, and outcome, which is guidance from spirit, and then clarify wherever I need to. So let's get into it. Spirit, can you show me the Venom's thoughts, please? Thanks. So you got the Oracle of Clouds, which is the Queen of Swords. Perceptive, interesting. Card for their feelings, please. You've got the Apprentice of Raindrops, Charm, which is the Knight of Cups in reverse. So already we've got Libra, Virgo, and Pisces energy. Card for their intentions, please. You've got the Two of Raindrops, which is the Two of Cups, partnership. Card for the situation, please. Thanks. A lot of raindrops here. Five of Raindrops, loss. So there's that five again, and grief, loss, abandonment. Yep. Card for the action. The Six of Clouds, which is the Six of Swords, transition in reverse. And card for the outcome. Two of Gems, priorities. That is the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged One, surrender. Middle of the deck is the Four of Gems, Four Pentacles, security. And the top is the Sun, clarity. So you got Leo energy and more Pisces energy. Okay, there is definitely a desire here to repair damage. With their thoughts, they're really hoping that they can explain to you and have, a serious conversation about what they've been thinking, what's been going on, and try to convince you what you're thinking is not really what's happening, which is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, no gaslighting, please. But they wish that they can explain to you what is happening. They wish that you can hear them out. They know that charming you or saying all of these romantic things, romantic gestures, is just not the way to go about this. Genuine emotional vulnerability is what they want to express. That they know that is a feeling that they have, that they feel like that's not going to cut it. Being completely vulnerable with you is really the only strategy. They're hoping a reconciliation, 100%. They think about this constantly. They're hoping that this can be a happily ever after, like a happy ending, like you guys will be back together and things will be mended. They see you as their soulmate, things just went badly. Maybe timing, they might have seen it as timing was wrong. I saw this an old video of Justin Bieber talking about Selena Gomez and how it was so painful for him because he felt like she was the right person at the wrong time. He wrote a song that he didn't put on his album that was called if I had met you 5 years later, which is like, it was kind of sad hearing that. But that's basically what it kind of feels like. It's just like wrong timing. Spirit definitely thinks the thing that needs to be, that the thing that influenced all of this was the fear of abandonment, for sure. Fear of making a mistake, reflecting on the past, letting the past consume everything this person did, or it was almost like they manifested it, like, oh, this is good, this is going to end badly, that kind of thing. So what needs to happen is, yes, clearing the air, calming the waters, transition into something more peaceful, something more balanced, more understanding. That is the key. And I'll get guidance there. And then balance. Both of you guys have things to work on. If this goes in the direction, the most healthy direction, then there's an opportunity for a balanced, mutual interest, mutual effort to maintain this connection, to keep it healthy, and to be responsible. And yes, to know your priorities. What are your priorities? My priority is this person, making each other the number one priority, and setting boundaries healthfully with whatever outside, like whatever. If it was the past that's interfering in this, then that is where we need to keep those boundaries, right? Like that we're projecting, that should not be happening. Now there is fear of abandonment because it did happen, right? For this situation. So that's another thing that needs to be cleared up. So to clarify here, what do they think you misunderstood, or what was not cleared up? Like, what is it that they think? Not that it is, but they think. 6 of Gems, the 4 of Lightning, Strength. So you got Leo energy here. So I think so these are all very positive cards, okay? I think that they assumed that you were not a priority, that you were not their foundation, their backbone, their person, that they didn't realize how generous and how much you gave to them, that they didn't appreciate what you offered them, how caring and understanding that you are. They didn't make it clear enough, or so they say, that you are their home, that you are everything, and like there's a lack of commitment, there is interference, but they feel like they didn't do a good job of explaining to you or sharing or showing to you through action that they saw you as their actual person, like no doubt about it, and it just didn't come off that way, and so they're thinking that that's what you're thinking. I don't know. So they feel like they have to be emotionally vulnerable. If they are, what would they say? What could it be that they will say or do? 2 of Lightning, 8 of Gems, and the 5 of Lightning. So that's the 2 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. They are definitely being practical about this. They are going to want to express emotionally how much they've worked on themselves, how much this has made them realize the error of their ways, and they're going to try to compete for your love. You might be in a relationship or in early stages, or you might be dating. They're going to want to know are you dating somebody? Because that could be a fear of theirs that you've moved on. So they're going to still, the boundaries thing might be a problem, but they're going to make, every effort to not just say, but to show you how much they've done, how much progress they've made, how much they've worked on themselves, and be completely open to you. But hopefully that they are going to demonstrate a level of respect for boundaries. But yes, they might be a little like, they might feel very sure of themselves that they are the one for you, which is kind of annoying, but they want to express that like you are it, that there is, and even on the other side, that there is no one that can compare to you. So they're hoping this will come back together and it will make everybody happy and clear the air and joy, abundance. Just things will be good. That's their intention, okay? So Spirit's guidance is, yes, we need to work on that abandonment stuff. So what, let's clarify the action, how to do that, if that's what you want, right? Six of Lightning. Temperance in reverse. Sorry, I couldn't read that for some reason. And then the Four of Raindrops in reverse. So Six of Wands, Four of Cups. So you got Sagittarius energy here. So Spirit is basically like, take time, slow it down. If this goes in a negative direction, it's not going to be, it's not going to attract an outcome they're looking for. You might see this as more of the same BS from the past. Spirit is like, we also need to recognize how realistic expectations are for this. Just hoping things will be better is not how we're going to approach this. And I think it's not going to get your attention, or, you're not going to be interested if it's more talk and not walk. So this person is going, again, have to show you through action that they are serious about this and they have made efforts to fix this, and that if they do go about it that way, that it will be more attractive for you to try again. And this time around, what is going to have to be important is the balance, the sharing of responsibility for, what happens in this connection moving forward. The blame game is not going to be it, okay? So let's see, let me clarify the outcome, how this would go about, a little bit more about that. If this person goes about it the way it should be. Seven of Raindrops in reverse, the Lovers, and the Ace of Clouds in reverse. Okay, Gemini energy here. So again, choices, new ideas, duality. This combination here is exactly it. Choosing, making sure that you and this person chose each other, want the same thing, and it doesn't need to be a new approach to how to do this, but it doesn't hurt, I think, to go about this a little differently. Like setting expectations that are realistic within parameters and abilities for this person, but like, a new way to go about this, how to make it more successful, is maybe to iron out or promise each other what is, what the boundaries are. Like, this needs to happen, that needs to happen for this to work, whatever that is, but being realistic. But this is about choosing each other, like, the Lover's card is not about soulmates. It's about choice. And it's about partnership, bringing it together. This is it's a deliberate choice to choose that person to spend their lives with. That's what that's about. And so that is the promise. That needs to be the promise, that you are it for them. You are the one chosen, that there's not, unrealistic expectations here. It's practical. It's realistic. It's real. It's not like lovey-dovey, romantic, in the clouds kind of stuff. This is the real deal. This is not casual. This is serious. So if this person is able to respect your boundaries, show through action that they have made changes, that they are taking responsibility for their fear of abandonment, that they caused that pain, they projected their insecurities onto you. If they're able to express that, and it's intuitively, you feel it, and you feel like it's an opportunity to try again, then yeah, it will be more successful this go around, at least. Okay. Well, I hope this helped, gave you some insight of what is going on with your person. If you would like to get more of a personal reading, you can click the link in my description to request personal readings. But thank you for watching. I hope this resonated, and I hope it helped, and I ask that Spirit washes love, warmth, peace, and happiness over you, and that you feel it every day. Take care of yourself and protect your heart pile too. Bye. All right. Hello, pile number 3. Let's get to your reading. I already picked some oracle cards to kind of get an idea of your situation, and then we'll move into the tarot. So here I have the Wild Unknown Archetypes card. I picked one card for you, one card for your person, just looking at their energies, and then I have some other cards to kind of round it out. So for you, we've got the Threshold number 45, and for them, they have the Fault Line, which is number 49. Okay. All right. From the Heart's Hidden Secret, I've got Chasing, Pursuit, Toxicity, Resilience. So we'll see what that's about. From the Moonology Manifestation Oracle, I have New Moon in Scorpio, Go Deeper. So someone here might be a Scorpio or have Scorpio somewhere in their major 3. And then from the Wisdom of the Oracle, I have By the Book number 11. So maybe some of these numbers might be significant. 45, it could be April 5th, or 49, April 9th. Could be somebody's ages. 11 might be significant to you. So to single down 45 and 49, that is 4, I think. Yeah. So you could be a life path number 4, or somebody in this could be a life path number 4. But both of those cards are places. So I'm going to read more about these cards and then kind of explain. The weird thing about all of these cards, it has to do with like foundation, like the ground, or to go underground, like go deeper, breaking, a fault line in the ice, where you're on an ice river and the cracks in the ice are starting to appear, like shaky foundation. The threshold is like really at the precipice of a gate, an opening, a door opening, and to go deeper, it's like let yourself cross that boundary and dig deep. And then by the book, it's like the the pressure of having to do things, the conformity, the things that you have to do, it doesn't have to be that way. Like work from the ground up was like something it was saying. So it's like really weird. Like everything has to do with like movement, grounding, you know, walking on earth. Like, I don't know. It's just like really interesting how all of this is. So part of me is thinking this is a long distance situation, and that there was a break. So you're not in communication, and this person has not stopped thinking about you, and they have all kinds of plans to come back and you know, into your life. Somebody here might be a Scorpio, so keep that in mind, but not necessary. So you're the gatekeeper, essentially. Like you probably set boundaries and were very adamant about them not being crossed. And so it could have been a little bit of pressure for this person, and they kind of collapsed under pressure. And so things went awry. I think there's some rigidity here, some, if it's not like very black and white thinking, all or nothing thinking, and that might have been too much pressure for this person who normally works in ambiguity. And so you're like, well, if you can't handle that, then peace. And so it was like an awakening, I think, for this person. You know, how important it is to respect boundaries and to understand why something is so important to the other person, even if you disagree with it, but trying to find a middle ground. So the by the book, that's what that card is about. It's like meeting somewhere in the middle. But everybody's traveling, chasing, like they're even in the same direction as the football player. So it's just kind of interesting how there is distance here. So I'm feeling like there is long distance, and sometimes that's easier to just kind of move on because you're not, you know, running into this person, or you know, potentially can see them or whatever. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting, is that there was a line that was crossed, that was supposed to not be crossed, and it kind of blew things up. But there is a need for compromise, and I think that's what this person is hoping for. But yeah, they're not going away. They're still invested. So I have an idea of what's going on here. Let's get into tarot. All right, so I'm going to look at their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, the situation, action, and outcome, which is guidance from Spirit, and then clarify wherever I need to. Spirit, can you show me the fault lines, thoughts, please? Okay, Seven of Swords in reverse. Card for their feelings, please. The Seven of Wands. Okay. Card for their intentions. The Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to cover that too much. Card for situation. Yeah. The Nine of Swords. Card for the action. The Hierophant in reverse. And card for outcome. Oh, Lord. Okay, a bunch of cards flew. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right. That was aggressive. I think I'm going to take them. Okay, so you got the High Priestess in reverse. You've got the Judgment in reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. Wow. So you've got Taurus energy here, Cancer, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Take it or leave it. But yeah. And then to clarify those top cards, you got the Devil in reverse here, the bottom of the deck, middle of the deck, you got the Four of Swords in reverse, and at the top, Ace of Swords. Okay. So I'm getting that there was maybe some third party situation going on here. That might have been the line that was crossed. So there might have been some cheating. And so we also have Capricorn energy with the devil, but with the Seven of Swords and the devil in reverse for their thoughts, it's just there was deceit, deception, and it was because this person couldn't maintain boundaries. Like they couldn't control themselves. So that bit them in the butt. Let's just put it that way. And that could be the final straw, and what caused this break. And they know that. They feel it, obviously. They know that you were like, nope, no thank you. Stay far away from me. You know, hands up, right? I want nothing to do with this. I need a mental break from this. Like, I'm just like, it's a big fat no. So you may have walked away from this person, and it might have been very swift. So the threshold, it's like you can't you can't open the door to me. You close the door for sure. This person their intention is to make this their, like, to bring back this relationship, to start over and to have a conversation about that. Hard to know how much this person has reflected on what they did. But there's definitely a lot of assumption and anxiety that's going on here in the situation. That, you know, heavy thoughts, lots of overthinking, lots of rumination. They think about you constantly. They rehash all the things that they did wrong, how they broke your heart, you know, et cetera, and they're unsure as to how or what might happen. But the situation here is, how do you remain faithful to someone? How do you prove that? With the Hierophant, it's about, you know, like traditional values, which is, you know, a committed, exclusive relationship. That's it's a unit, it's a union, it's a, like, you and that person and that's it kind of thing, a commitment to that. That's the issue here, is how will you know that will be respected? And if we are able to figure that out, then there can be definitely a discussion about bringing this back together. But it's all about if you want it, and what do you want? Like, you know, is it possible achieving what you want from this? So let me clarify what happened here in their thoughts. What went down? What happened? The Two of Cups, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so you got Gemini and Taurus energy here. Taurus again. So they made a mistake. They knew that this was a powerful connection. And they made a poor decision. And it's a burden that they carry every day, every minute, every second, all the time. That's all they think about. They know that they had something that was amazing. WTF, that's really funny. Ironically, that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but you know. And you know, they fumbled. They messed up. And it's because they couldn't, like, keep, yeah, like, stay faithful, like stay committed. So they know it was a giant mistake that they made. So they're definitely learning from that lesson. What are they feeling that you are thinking? Like, how do I want to clarify that? Like deep down in their heart, they know that you are protecting yourself. They're hoping, I think, that you still have feelings for them. Let me see if I can get more information for that. Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. You've got Pisces and Virgo energy here, more. Or just Pisces and Virgo. Anyway. I think they're hoping you're single, that you are still thinking about them, but I think they know that you are definitely hurt by the error of their ways. You know, it's a weird card. It's like two women and two men and a woman. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't get it, but there was promises that were made and not kept. So yeah, it's kind of weird clarity or clarification cards here to go with this. I wasn't really sure what information I was trying to gather from this, but again, they're hoping that they know they hurt you, and they're hoping that you're not still harboring that resentment, or they're worried that like secretly they're hoping, but also are like, gosh, what if this person stayed single because I hurt them so badly, and they don't want to start something with anybody, even if it has an opportunity to be successful. I don't know why they're thinking that. Like, what's the point of that? I don't know. But they definitely want to have a new conversation to bring this back together. What do they want to say to you? Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Wands. Well, they want you to know that they have been working on themselves, that they want to rebuild this, that they're serious. They only want to be with you. But they're also going to ask what you've been thinking. They want to not assume things. They don't want to have, any disagreements about it. They want to be able to see eye to eye to this, but also just like knowing that like you're not going to walk away because they stepped out of line again. Like, they're hoping that, they can prove to you that they're only interested in you. And that's it. I don't know. So the situation here, there's a lot of anxiety for them. They really do. I'm trying to figure out, do they really, like, what are their anxious thoughts? Like, are they, like, is this genuine, like, how they feel about you? It's really murky. But they definitely worry if you're still in love with them. Like, that's what they obsess about, is, like, if you still care about them, which is, like, very self-involved. But, like, there's definitely love here. You got that Two of Cups, which is, like, they knew they had something amazing. They messed up. And they think about it constantly. They have so much regret, so much fear that they messed up. It's just, is it real? Is that the real reason they want to come back together? Is because they want to fix the damage they've caused and prove to you that they They know they messed up and they are begging for a second chance, and they're just hoping for that. Now, if they're able to prove that, the only way to do it is what, Spirit, with the Hierophant here in reverse for the action. The Queen of Cups in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, and the Page of Wands in reverse. Well, it definitely, they're going to have to face the consequences of their errors. And they're going to have to practice emotional maturity here. They're going to have to accept the outcome, radically accept that you may not be over this, that you might be really hurt, and you might have some choice words for them. And they need to be willing to accept that information. You got Cancer and Aries here, but like, they're not the ones in charge of this. Their stupidness, their stupidity, their recklessness has cost them an amazing person. And they need to take responsibility for that. If they're able to prove that to you, that they understand that, then it might have a fighting chance. But otherwise, yeah, there's no way to start over, having a new beginning, if you don't feel like it's real, like they're able to do that. It's not about what they want. It's not about like physical connection. It's about like the real stuff. And the only way that this can be honest is by being sincere and having a very straightforward conversation about this. That's it. I mean, it's just you got to feel right. It's got to feel right. It's got to feel secure. There is no shaky ground. There is stability in this. You have to feel secure. And that is the one thing that you should demand is, if you can make it where I can feel secure about our connection, that you're not going to break my heart again, that you're not going to break promises, then okay. But that's a big if. That's a lot of risk on your heart. So I feel like Spirit is telling you, if it's less than that, then you should not consider this. But yes, they know they blew it. They know they blew it. They're at fault. You know, they're the ones that messed this up. They were reckless with your heart and suffered consequences. So they really don't deserve you. But you have to trust your gut. You have free will. And if you want a new beginning with them and just to let bygones be bygones, start over, not live in the past, hear them out, but have a strategy, have firm boundaries in place, that they are willing to concede to whatever it is that you need from them, that they're not in control of this, that they're at your mercy. Okay? It is not up to them. You know, if they're willing to step aside and let you be the gatekeeper, then they won't cross the line, and they'll respect it, and they'll respect you and show you the real love that you deserve. But it's a big if. So it's shaky. I don't feel like the ground is stable enough. I don't know if I buy that they are 100% committed to this, like that they have truly grown from this, that they have seen the error of their ways and genuinely love you and want to be with you. Like, I just don't get that energy. I'm getting like it's not quite that. It's like, it's ego driven. I don't know. Their reasons for it are unclear. So take that however you may. If you would like a more personal reading, the link is in my description. I definitely caution you with this. I think if you're feeling any inkling that something's off, then it's off. And you should stay no contact and move on. And they can think and worry about you all they want, but it's not your problem. So, I don't know. It's kind of iffy, but I hope this helped and gave you some direction and guidance that you're looking for. And I just want you to be able to protect your heart and go after what it is that you deserve, you desire, and maintain the boundaries that you really need. You have to do that, because if you don't, who will, right? So, as that Spirit washes love, worth, peace, and happiness over you, and that you feel it every day, pile 3, I wish you nothing but the best. Please protect your heart, take care of you, and chin up. You deserve much better than this. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. This is your who is secretly obsessed with you, or why they're secretly obsessed with you, and hopefully it makes sense. I'm going to be using Oracle that I've already selected, and then we'll get into the tarot. So these cards will help me kind of understand the theme of your situation. The first 2 cards are from the Wild Unknown archetypes. It's the energy. I picked 1 card for you, 1 card for them. Energy that you're bringing to this. For you, you got you didn't get that one. I know that's for your person. You got the Crone, number 13. And then for them, they got the Mask, number 61. Right? Yeah, 61. From the Heart's Hidden Secret, you've got Bluff. When I pulled these, I was like, whoa. Pretending, Mask, Exaggeration. That was like so weird. And then I pulled this one after the Mask, and it's Full Moon in Aquarius, Be Real. And that's from the Moonology Manifestation cards. And this is from the Wisdom of the Oracle, number 3, Between Worlds. So 3s might be significant to this reading, either October 3rd or April 1st. April Fool's Day. Weird. Okay, what is happening here? The Crone is somebody who knows what's up. They just know. They know what the bluffs are. But somebody is definitely hiding behind a mask. They're either avoiding what's really happening here, or are afraid of doing it, or they're acting like they don't have feelings for you. But it's very strange. There's a limbo kind of feeling here of just like not knowing what's happening. Somebody might have an Aquarius in their top 3, or Venus. But yeah, let me check out these cards. The truth will set you free. There is so much here about trying to see through the BS, like trying to see past it. The Crone, like I was saying, you're somebody who is very, very intuitive. You've been through a lot. You've experienced a lot. You see through people's BS. And I think with this person, you have seen them as someone who's insincere, hiding behind a mask. Like, you just feel like this person is not being their true self. So if there's somebody around you that you think this kind of fits, it's that person. They hide behind a mask. They are very hesitant to show, the world who they really are. But the mask, it also like carries everything they are. So it's strange, kind of a strange dichotomy there of looking at a mask as concealing but also revealing. Really weird. Be real. It's like, being honest with yourself, doing what makes you happy, not like if you have a tendency in the past to be in relationships that just were not a good fit, but you kept trying with this person, that is like a pattern that maybe could be affecting this connection. They may have also been through things like that where they've been in really shitty situations, and they're really not able to like understand what really is happening. It's kind of weird. So I think when they're around you, they might boast a lot. They might seem really cocky. They might seem full of themselves. But there's really something, there's a wounded inner child there that they don't want anybody to see. But the thing is you're the crone and you see right through it. Between worlds, you know, that card is about limbo, about transitions. It's, you know, it's the opposite of all or nothing, black and white. Like it's there's something gray going on here. So although this person might be hiding their true self from you, there's more to it, I think, than what you realize. But if this makes sense, you might have an idea of who this could be about. Stick around. We're going to look into tarot now to find out what this person's thoughts, feelings, and intentions might be, and then Spirit's guidance. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to pull a card for their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, Spirit's guidance based off of the situation, the action that Spirit recommends, I guess, and then what that outcome would be if you followed that path. Okay. Spirit, can you show me a card for the mass thoughts? That was fast. The Queen of Pentacles. You got Capricorn energy there. Card for their feelings. The Seven of Wands. Card for their intentions. Take that. Six of Pentacles. Card for situation. The Six of Swords in reverse. Card for action. The Four of Swords. Card for the outcome. Temperance in reverse. You got Sagittarius energy there. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands to clarify, to add to that thoughts. The Hierophant for that one. And top, the Six of Cups in reverse. And we got the Magician at the bottom of the deck there. So, I'm picking up things that they really love about you, that attracts them to you, and also the idea of being careful about decisions. So with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, this person loves how generous, how grounded you are, how compassionate you are, that really is attractive to them. They see you as being somebody who helps others quite a bit. So, you know, you might do a lot of charity work, or you're just a very loving by nature type of person, very, you know, grounded, and you kind of see through people. You're passionate, and there's a lot of attraction for you. That's how they see you. They also see you. What also they love about you is how, like, spiritually guided you are. You function at a higher vibration. You are unique. You are peaceful, grounded. There's Taurus energy in the Hierophant, and then Sagittarius as well, and Temperance. So that might matter or not. I don't know. But you definitely bring them joy, and they see how stable you really are, that you don't make apologies for that. You don't follow the crowd, essentially. You stick out, you stand out, you're unique. In terms of their intentions, so this is somebody who might have children. They might be divorced. There might have been like a bad marriage situation that happened, and lessons that they learned were how to be more present in their relationships, how to seek out somebody who is willing to share the responsibility, willing to be giving, excuse me, as much as they take. You know, it's a give and take situation. They may have been in situations where they didn't have that situation, where they felt like both parties were invested, committed to each other. And so that is something that they see the opposite with you. They see you as that ideal person, and that's what they love about you. But here's the Six of Swords in the situation. There is chaos here. There's a need for transition, to like understand why there's so much masking. And there's a need for patience with this. There's a need for a pause, for reflection. So these two cards are interesting. I'm definitely going to have to clarify because I'm kind of stuck on those two. But let me see if I can get more about what they think about you. And see if that kind of gives you more answers. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 9 of Wands in reverse, and the Magician. So you've got Gemini and Virgo energy there. So they know that you have a lot going on, that you are very you are very motivated. You go after what you want. You have a lot of talent, a lot of skills sets. Like they admire you. They see that you have a lot of tenacity, that you don't give up. You work really hard for whatever you've done in your life, to get there. You have a very energetic aura about you. Like you're just full of life. And that can also be a little intimidating, but they just admire you quite a bit. That's what they love about you. That's what attracts them to you. Let's see. How is it? Why do they feel like you are at a higher vibration? Like what is the energy you're giving them? The Moon in reverse, Judgment in reverse, the 7 of Cups in reverse. I think they see you as somebody who is not afraid of being real. You're the opposite of the mask. Like you speak your truth. You are not very judgmental. You encourage others to pursue their dreams, but you're also very pragmatic. You got Pisces and fire energy here, Aries, Leo, Sag. But there's really like you're transparent. You're genuine. There's not a lot that you hold back. Like you're not afraid of, and you're a truth seeker. You can see BS a mile away. And you're the things that you want are pretty simple, pretty clear. You know, you don't require a lot in life to feel successful. You're very successful in your own way. But yeah, they see you as somebody who definitely like you walk the walk, you talk the talk, your action aligns with how you speak. You live truthfully. Again, they have so much admiration for you. They just find that so amazing that you are so carefree and you could be that way. And I think it's something that they also, they're a little envious of, that you can do that because they hide so much. So let me dig more into their intentions. Like what happened or what's happening? And that might give you more clues. Eight of Cups in reverse, 9 of Swords, the Chariot. You got Cancer energy here. Okay. So I think they were in a situation, a marriage or a relationship where they stayed together because of obligation, but it just really was unhealthy, like in so many ways. And so it just felt like it had no direction. It really just it didn't end well, or it's not going well. You know, if there's a separation, it's just been really kind of tough. And the reason why it ended, you know, past relationships ended is because there was just, it was very one-sided. And so they have a lot of, they've been hurt in the past because of that. They're kind of an anxious person, like very restless. Sometimes they come off as like avoidant, which is like, there's the mask again. So there's a little bit of that, but they tend to end up in relationships and stay in them too long, way past, you know, the opportunity of like being healthy and good and worthy, like worth being in, you know. So that's sort of their love history. My right ear is ringing. Interesting. So what this transition, what does that mean, Spirit? Three of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. We got Virgo energy here. So I think this is a person who is definitely in your community, who might be a friend. You might work with them. So there's a little bit of that. I think the only way for this to, like, really, like, if you figured out who this is, if this person approaches you, I think the conversation needs to be like, you know, very clear about like intentions, you know, like, are you know, you admire these things about me, you like that about me, but like, what are you willing to do? If, you know, if there's a discussion about making this more than just casual friendship or whatever, like, are you dating material? And if you're not ready for this, are they willing to kind of wait? Because, like I said, patience is a part of this. So the action is like a need for rest here of the mind. But I don't know why. Nine of Cups in reverse, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Got Leo energy here. Yeah, I think it's like, are you available? Do you, like, if you figured out who this is, are you attracted to them? Do they meet the criteria that you want in a partner? Or are you doing better just doing your own thing? You know, are you successful in that? Is that where you want to stay? Really consider it. Take your time. This person approaches you, really think about that. Like, are you interested in them, or is it because you know they're interested in you that might be why you want to explore it? Like, that's not what Spirit wants you to focus on. It's more like, is this good for you? So patience, it's all about balance. You know, that in-between thing, you know, yeah, clarify potential outcome. If you are able to determine if this is something you want to pursue, then maybe the direction is take it slowly. How? Strength in reverse, death, and the Five of Cups. So you got more Leo and more Scorpio. Yeah, we don't want to regret this. So if we want to start something new with this person, you have to be confident about the potential for this. We don't, we want to address what is that person still, what is their baggage? Like, what is their past? Are they capable of leaving that in the past and starting new? Like transformation, like moving forward, not living in the past, confronting what makes them feel insecure, confronting fear of being misunderstood, confronting why this person is hiding behind a mask, is not revealing their true self. Like, these are the things that we need to bring up, like bring to the forefront. Examine if you are attracted to this person, if you figured out who this is. This is somebody who might have children. You might know them in a work situation or a friend situation. They might be mysterious. You may feel like you don't know a lot about them, but you get the sense that they're hiding from something. They're not being their true self for whatever reason. And you're looking for somebody who's real, who's being real and is okay with being flawed. They're not perfect. They have issues like everybody else, but examining if you are attracted to them genuinely, if you're really truly interested, not because they are just only interested, then absolutely pursue it, but keeping in mind, calling out, like, what's still going on in your life? Because I ain't trying to get more baggage, you know what I mean? We want to start fresh. We want to start new. And if that's something that's not possible, then wait it out, or, don't be rushed. Don't go into this impulsively just to kind of try it out. Like, really be direct about, like, what you're suspecting, what you're worried about. I think that is, like, the best way to approach this. But lots of admiration for you. That is genuine. That is real. It is a wholesome, energy. But I don't know if that's enough for you. Like, I don't know if you will be attracted to this person because you've seen sort of like this murkiness about them, and you're looking for somebody who's not afraid to be themselves and just, not care what people think. You're looking for somebody who kind of behaves the same way you do. Like, you're just, you do your thing and you're not worried about what people think about you. And I think the sense here is that this person does worry about what people think about them. So they have a lot of ego bruising, where you're just beyond that. You're above that. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I hope this made sense. If they approach you, then really call that out. It's not like you're, you're rubbing salt in the wound. It's just like, be real. Let's be real. Okay. What is your baggage? What is going on? I need somebody at my level. I don't need somebody who's still healing from past hurt, and it's not like heavy healing. It's not like, everybody has past hurt, but like, it is not the past. It is definitely in the present. I ain't trying to get involved with something like that, So I hope this helped. If you would like a personal reading to understand the situation a little bit more from a more personal perspective, the link is in my description. But I hope this helped and gave you some insight to work with. And free will though, and go about it the way you think best. But that's it. That's Spirit's guidance. So Thanks so much for watching. I ask that Spirit washes love, warmth, and peace and happiness over you, and that you feel it every day. Again, many blessings to you. Protect your heart. Take care of you. Prioritize you like you always have. Be yourself. Don't apologize for it. Bye.